Hello, welcome to my channel, Lady D. So this will be my reading on the full moon that's happening in Aries on the 29th of September at 7:57 p.m. That's my time in Sydney. So with this full moon, we do have there is an aspect that's happening with Uranus with the moon. So this can be as a positive aspect. So I feel like it can bring about some unexpected things can come up. That's a positive thing. Could be like some positive like a feeling or issues that can come up. But I feel like it's a positive thing that does come up. We've also got planets opposing other planets. So we do have Mercury opposing Neptune. We've got Venus opposing Saturn. We've also got Mars opposing the node, North Node, as well as Chiron. And we do have a try with Uranus and Pluto too. So with this planets opposing planets, I find the energies of these not as strong, but that's just I guess me, and I just personally I feel like it's not as strong when they're opposing each other. But in any case, if with the Mercury opposing Neptune, this could bring about you stop communicating with someone around you, or it could be that your thoughts get very quite clouded, or you can't really think clearly. With the Saturn with Venus, there could be some problems with relationships, love, some sort of love, loved one, or money. With the node with Mars, it can be a strength of the life lesson. It also can be sort of like a life lesson that's going to be quite like argumentative as well, 'cause we're dealing with Mars. We've got Chiron here, so this can be bringing up sort of old wounds, but again, to be some sort of like a life lesson, like a lesson to be learned from this aspect. And then with Uranus, try Pluto, this is going to be a positive change that comes up, and it's probably going to be a big change that comes up. Could be like you're starting again, but it's going to be a positive. And the planets are in triangle, it's a positive aspect. When they're in square, it's not as positive. I mean, there are still some squares that are happening, especially when we get to tomorrow on the 30th. We do have Mars squaring Pluto. And that can be, you might get a little bit more agitated or a bit more, just try and keep a hold of your temper with that. But with this new full moon, it's going to come up. I feel like it's going to come up courage because we're dealing with Aries. So we're dealing with not only the god of war, but also being strong and strength. So it is going to be about showing courage, showing leadership. It is going to be about like moving forward, like having that strength and that courage to be able to move forward from situations where you feel like you haven't been able to. You might also be expect moving on to the next thing. Aries is about they don't finish what they start sometimes because they're always on to the next thing. So it could be about you moving on to the next thing with that. We can see some war aspects, and we keep on getting things in the media. Yesterday I saw in Australia here they're putting I think like 800 troops at the top of Australia, and in World War II that's actually we got bombed in Darwin. So that's the more top end. I think also in Queensland I've vaguely saw, but we could be seeing more war aspects, which I thought that was interesting when it was coming up to that full moon in Aries. We've got here, I've got wanting to take control and wanting to take that leadership role as well. So it could be a situation where you actually need to take that step up and be a leader and be that, that leadership that everyone wants you to be or that you need to be. Be brave, about expressing what you want, having that courage to express what you want and what your needs are. Have clear conversations to others. And I feel like people will start like talking about and doing things what they're passionate about. It's going to bring out their passions. So when we are dealing with the Aries, we are dealing with strong people. I say that could be like arguments. I find the Aries they're very strong in their beliefs too. So you're going to have all this strong energy that's going to come out with this full moon. With what's going to come up this week, as I said, we do have tomorrow. There is a try with Mars and Saturn. That's going to be a problem. It's going to give you a strength. The problems may come up, but it's going to work together. So you're going to have the courage or the strength to work through issues that are going to come up, and it's going to push you forward through these issues. So remember, try is positive. But then we also got that also square to Pluto, which can bring about just keep a hold of your temper if you do find you get a bit argumentative. Okay. Um, So I do have what's coming up for the week ahead. I've got here to avoid conflict. I've got here try to stay on track and try to stay focused. What's coming up the week ahead? We still do also have the tries with Venus, and we got with the life lesson. We've got to Chiron here. We still got the try to Mercury and to Jupiter, and also to Uranus, and also Mercury to Pluto as well, which will help us through. There are still some squares around as well, but I feel like with this week that's coming up, you might be looking at overthinking things, and uh, even you could even be having that courage to speak to someone and a clear communication with that opposition to Neptune too. It's coming up this week. But yeah, this week you might not think things through. So try and stay on track. Try and think things through. I feel like the energy that's going to come up this week might be, you sort of rush to the next thing and don't think things through. I've also got here to hold someone's bluff. So someone's trying to try and say things to you, and they're really trying to hold your bluff. That's going to come up this week as well. We've also got this week too. We have people might want to take control of others, so people might want to like sort of control situations or take that control, and that will be leading up from this full moon that happens. We might be seeing some more aspects coming up here, especially with the square with Mars and Pluto that's coming up here. And we've got here, so it's also with this aspect here with the war aspect, we might see more about the Ukraine president. I was sort of before sort of tuning in, just seeing what anything would if I could see anything that's coming up in this week. And I was seeing sort of standover, like someone standing over that Ukraine president and then finger pointing him. And I kind of feel like where all the money that's been given to him, that he might be like being held accountable, where is this stuff coming from? And he's sort of like backing away. So we might see something about that issue coming up here too. Um, what else is coming up ahead? I feel like people just need to have their intentions set clear. Let's do some cards for what's coming up this week as well. Okay, I am down the South Coast for a fair that's on tomorrow. So if you're down the South Coast, I think I'll put the flyer on the up here. So it is at Shellhaven Heads Community Centre. I think it is there. So I'm down the coast because it's a couple of hours drive from where I live. Okay, let's have a look here. Look, I feel like relationships that are standing the test of time are going to continue being going through this week. I do feel like people are on a search or on a mission or some sort of quest to find, what they're passionate about and also beliefs. People aren't going to be well told. They don't want to be told sort of what to do. They want to do more soul searching within like themselves this week. I feel like there's going to be some complicated issues that's going to come up for people and perhaps even like a lot of anxiety or nervousness or like tensions coming up for other people too. And I do feel like there's an aspect, there could be an ending that if you're fighting with someone or something's coming up to a head, you might find this is an ending, as I said, with this Mercury opposition to Neptune. I see Neptune as dissolved, so there could be some sort of dissolving communication. So there could be some sort of ending that comes up this week, especially if you're in conflict with someone. But I feel like relationships that are like standing the test of time, who are like on a good thing, they know they're on a good road, are going to do fine this week. There is a bit of, and it even could be the fighting that's coming about here, could even be to do with people getting what's the word? Tempted. So there could be temptation that comes up here. When I see this card, to me, it's about temptation. So there could be some sort of temptation that's also coming up too with this. Also with the anxiety. Don't lose your nerve. I just feel like if you are a nervous person, me included, don't lose your nerve. Um, I feel like this week is an important week to be around family or spending time with your children or family aspects. I do feel like also with this, you might feel like you're going around and around in circles as well. And I feel people they're waiting for something. And I feel like they could be waiting for that perfect relationship to come in their lives or waiting for um, for that, like that next good thing. But I feel like you need to really have this belief system in yourself and to just go, go for it, make things happen yourself. It's like if you stand in the dark and you stand in like that the energy of being so anxious and nervous, you're not going to be able to get where you want to go. So I do feel like it's not something, just 'cause I feel like people this week, they're waiting. This card to me is like you're waiting something to happen. You planted the seeds, but now you're waiting, literally waiting. But I have a feeling though you need to take action, or it even could be you're waiting to have that was kind of standing out together. You're waiting at that perfect relationship to come into your life. Um, it's unfortunately when we're waiting for other people, it's a destiny point. We can't make things happen. It is a destiny point things, but it's important that you keep moving forward until that right person comes in. If this is to do with like a financial aspect, then I feel like you can then you do need to take charge of it as well, to where to where you are going, where you are heading to. But this full moon, I just feel like there could be endings. There's a lot of fighting here, but there's a family aspect too. Don't be too hasty. Just feel like don't be too hasty with things as well, and try to work with people, not against people, with this full moon energy that's coming up here and with this week. And I just do feel like that it could be an energy where people might try to manipulate you, because also when we're doing Neptune with this Mercury, it could also be manipulation at play here. But no, um, think their bluff. If they are, call their bluff. Call, what's the word? Call their bluff. Okay. All right. I'll see what else I can get for you guys. I'm gonna try and do this quick video, so as I am out. See. This full moon energy is going to be for the collective. It is going to show you people what you can do. People are going to be very proud of other people. People who are very nervous and anxiety are finally going to have that courage to be able to move forward and break free of what's holding them back. It will be a time for everyone to be able to reach the new heights and achieve many things. You're all going to start planning as you have been doing, but now start planning what's inside, what's in your heart, what's in your destiny, where do you want to go. And do not let people stop you. Do not let people ruin your surprises of what you're trying to bring into your life. For there are many things that are going to come in for you, and you're going to receive many messages for this full moon that's coming up ahead for tonight. The moon will be very bright and gazing upon you all. Okay, so let's just do some cards. I'm just going to do these here. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to do 3 cards today. 3 cards will do. So we've got card 1, 2, 3. Okay. Card number 1, which is this card here. This card I feel like is about being patient, but also believe in yourself, believe in destiny. Um, there's something coming in quite fast for you this week. It's like you can't believe it. It's finally here, or something's very fast. I feel like that you're kind of like an open book. You're easy to read this week for some reason, but you're having that patience, and you really need to just believe. I feel like by the end of the week, things are going to seem more clearer for you as a problem that's you sort of trying to make more sense of. And I feel like by the end of the week, it's going to be more clear for you about that. Card number 2, this card here. This card about being creative, I feel like it's about a spiritual awareness as well as about the collective. I feel like you're coming up with new ideas, you're embracing new things coming your way, you're looking at challenges and obstacles, and you're putting them in a positive light, in a positive way. You're feeling quite good about yourself. If you know where you're heading, you're feeling quite nurtured, someone's nurturing you to go through like with what you want to go through, with your goals that you're trying to achieve as well. But I feel like you're trying to be very creative with this card. And also, you're sending out for some reason. You're sending out. There's a pat on the back with this card too. Okay, with this card here, it's about fun, having fun with other people, going out, being social, being out with the people that you know you can trust. It's a card of not fighting. It's a card of a sort of changes happening around you. Things are clearing up. I feel like there's been a bit like blurry issues, or things have been miscommunicated or blurred, and now it's kind of clearing up. You're confiding in people that you can trust as well. I feel like that there's a lot of change, but it's also a situation that you might not be able to get the whole story just yet, not yet, might not have heard everything just yet. There could be some nervous energy coming up this card as well, but you've also you know you're on the right track. You know where you're heading, and your spiritual growth is coming up very far as well with this card too. And I feel like you're very happy in where you are, and what your achievements have been as well. So I just feel like this card is a very good and positive card. Okay, so yes, I am down the South Coast for tomorrow. I'm at a fair at Shellhaven Heads. I think it's at the community centre. I'll put a flyer up so you can see the details. It opens at 9:30 and goes till 4 p.m. So I will be there doing readings, and at 12 o'clock I'll be there doing a talk. Good news, my cat came back Sunday morning at 4:30 in the morning. She was knocking at my back door. So wherever she was, I do feel like she was at somewhere, wherever she was able to break free and come home, which I'm very, very pleased about that she's back. So she was meowing at my back door at 4:30 in the morning, which is very exciting. And then on Sunday, I got the event on at the restaurant. The Italian restaurant at lunch event is on. So this weekend's a very busy weekend for me. Then next Saturday, I will be at the Parramatta Jail, which is not working. People, when I tell people that, they think I'm reading for people, inmates. I'm not. It's a jail that doesn't not in use anymore, and there's a fair there, and I will be reading at that fair next Saturday too. And then after that, it's the NBS. So thank you for your likes, shares, and comments. I'm going to leave it there now because it's very noisy outside here. I should have maybe closed the door. No, we can still hear it. But thank you for your likes, shares, and your comments. And I will see you for my next video. So happy full moon. It's happening tonight. And I feel like you will feel the strength and courage of this full moon. It's going to come up. So see you for my next video. So bye for now.